December is that month of the year when one takes a look at the year gone by.
We are in the final week of the sporting events of the year and have decided to do something special for audiences. I'm Narayan Singh and with me is Anil Thomas.
Well, thank you, Narayan, for that introduction. What is it, Narayan, that you plan to do that's special this year?
We are doing not a 30-minute show on Sports 360, but a 1-hour show on the year gone by in sports.
So what are the segments, Narayan, that one should look forward to, in this particular 1-hour program that you put together?
We have top 10 sports stories of the year, 12 months of the year divided into 4 halves, and also sports newsmaker from India and world.
Oh, do we have something on, record breakers, big names that come to my mind, but anything?
Why not? We can add that to the year gone by.
So what do we begin with? We've got too many segments that you've spoken about, but what do we begin with?
We have distributed the 60-minute show into 4 segments and 100 stories from the year that caught our attention.
So without wasting any more time, let us get started with the top 10 sporting stories of the year 2019.
England defeated New Zealand to win Men's World Cup for the first time after one of the most amazing games of the cricket ever played was tied twice. In an emotional and electric atmosphere at Lord's, both sides scored 241 in their 50 overs and were level on 15 when they batted for an extra over apiece. England were crowned world champions by virtue of having scored more boundaries, 4s and 6s, 26 to New Zealand's 17 in the entire match.
India thrashed Bangladesh in just over 2 days in their first day-night pink ball test at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. India won by an innings and 46 runs to record their 12th straight test series triumph on home soil. It was a memorable pink ball international debut for India in tests, who became the only team to win 4 consecutive tests by an innings margin.
Sourav Ganguly began his new innings as he took charge of the BCCI as his 39th president. Ganguly thus became the second Indian captain to hold a top job in BCCI. The only other Indian captain to become full-time BCCI president was Maharaj Kumar of Vijayanagram in 1954.
India dominated the rifle and pistol shooting events in 2019, returning with an historic medal tally. Indian shooters ended the 4 World Cup edition or series with 22 medals, 16 gold, 4 silver and 2 bronze medals. As a bonus, they have won 9 quota places for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics from the World Cup. Indian shooters overall secured an unprecedented 15 quota places for next year's Summer Games.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Fit India movement on the occasion of National Sports Day. PM Modi urged people of the country to make fitness their lifestyle. The campaign aims to encourage people to inculcate physical activity and sports in their daily lives.
Liverpool defeated Tottenham Hotspur in the UEFA Champions League final to win the 6th European Cup. After defeating Bayern Munich in the round of 16, they proceeded to beat FC Porto and Barcelona in dramatic fashion before beating rivals Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 to claim the greatest prize in club football.
South Africa are rugby world champions for a 3rd time after Andre Pollard kicked 22 points in a 32-12 win over England in the final. In isolation, it's just a rugby match, the crescendo of a tournament resulting in a 3rd etching of the word South Africa on the small golden trophy, no doubt prompting hangovers, sore throats and early morning excuses to the bosses around the country. Every 12 years, South Africa have an unerring habit of winning World Cups, and they have done it so again, following up their triumphs in 1995 to 2007 with another prodigious display of power and might. In some way, this was an even more special achievement, certainly for anyone who has ever dreamed of a black springboard captain lifting the Webb Ellis Cup.
Rafael Nadal gave all that he had on the Caja Magica center court in Madrid. The top-ranked Spanish star even admitted he risked getting injured by playing 8 matches, 5 singles, 3 doubles in 6 days at the Davis Cup finals, the new World Cup of men's team tennis. Nadal won all his matches, leading Spain to its 6th Davis Cup title after a 2-0 win over first-time finalist Canada over the weekend. But in Nadal's eyes, the only hero for Spain was the grieving teammate Roberto Bautista Agut. He sent Spain on its way to victory by winning the first singles match over the weekend, 3 days after the death of his father. Spain's other Davis Cup title were in 2000, 2004, 8, 9 and 2011.
Tiger Woods had a lot of things happen to him 2019, from minor to major. In particular, one major, his stunning victory at the Masters, wasn't just the culmination of an epic comeback. Tiger Woods defied every expectation to deliver a 2019 we never could have imagined. From Masters to the President's Cup, 2019 was a tour de force for a 43-year-old of 4 back surgeries.
Well, Russia has been banned from all major sporting events for 4 years by the World Anti-Doping Agency. That's WADA, meaning the country will not be represented at the 2020 Olympic Games and the FIFA 2022 World Cup along with the Paralympics. WADA's executive committee took the decision against the sporting heavyweight due to evidence that Russian authorities tampered with a Moscow laboratory database to hide hundreds of potential doping cases. The Khelo India Youth Games is an effort to promote sports development at the grassroots level.
It is also meant to be a showcase for the best young talent in the country. In addition to the under-17 age group, this year the scope was expanded to include under-21 age category as well.
A total of 1,312 medals were on offer across 18 disciplines, including both individual and team sport.
The Khelo India Youth Games 2019 were held from 9th to 20th January 2019 at Sri Shiv Chhatrapati Sports Complex in Pune, with Maharashtra as the host state. A total of 403 events were conducted across 18 sporting disciplines, with 379 individual events and 24 team events. Maharashtra emerged on the top with a total medal haul of 227, including 85 golds. Haryana was second with a total of 178 medals, including 62 golds. These games had an overwhelming participation, comprising of more than 5,925 athletes from all states and union territories, 1,096 support staff, 893 technical officials, 1,021 volunteers and 1,500 officials from central and state governments. The Khelo India Youth Games Maharashtra 2019 was telecast live for 8 hours each day for 12 days on Star Sports and DD Sports. A mass athlete awareness program against doping in sports was carried out by National Anti-Doping Agency during these games, educating 3,201 national-level young athletes. Moreover, 476 dope tests of the participating athletes were carried out. The Khelo India platform is unique also in the sense that it brings together different arms of Indian sports, including Indian Olympic Association, Sports Authority of India, National Sports Federations, Association of Indian Universities and School Game Sports Federation of India.
So now, Narayan, we've finished up with the top 10 sporting stories. Also, one story on what the Sports Ministry has done for sports. What's next?
We have divided 12 months into 4 quarters, with every sports quarter getting 15 stories.
15 stories, that's a lot. Time now to take a look at the first quarter and some of the major sporting events from January to March.
Indian mountaineer Arunima Sinha became the first woman amputee to climb Mount Vinson, the highest peak in Antarctica. She was congratulated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who called her pride of India for distinguishing herself through her hard work and perseverance.
Well, Rishabh Pant became the first ever Indian wicketkeeper to slam a Test 100 in Australia. The young wicketkeeper batsman took 137 deliveries to bring up his career best, or his career's second Test century at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
India won their first ever Test series in Australia after the 4th and final match at the Sydney Cricket Ground ended in a draw following 3 rain-truncated days. India have toured Australia since 1947 but never before managed to win a series in the country. But it all changed this time as Virat Kohli led his side to 2-1 series victory after winning the first Test in Adelaide and the third Test in Melbourne.
Well, Bihar's Ashutosh Aman became the highest wicket taker in a single season of the Ranji Trophy, overtaking former Indian captain Bishan Singh Bedi. Aman achieved the feat in the plate group contest against Manipur in Patna. The 32-year-old Aman achieved the feat when he trapped Manipur's Sagatpan Singh LBW for his 65th wicket and eclipsed former Indian captain Bishan Singh Bedi's tally of 64 wickets for Delhi in the 1974-75 Ranji Trophy season.
MC Mary Com's unprecedented 6th world title has put her on coveted #1 position in the IBA rankings. The fiercely Manipuri won a silver in the inaugural edition in 2001 and then went on to win a gold each in the next 5 editions 2002, 2005, 6, 8 and 10. Kaum's bag is full of awards, titles from the Arjuna Award to the Padma Shri, from the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award to have a road named after her. She has been honoured several times.
Pacer Mohammad Shami became the fastest Indian to claim 100 wickets in one-day internationals, reaching the mark in the opening match against New Zealand. Shami's wicket number 100 was New Zealand's opener Martin Guptill, who played out to his stumps a delivery that moved in after pitching on a good length.
Israeli goalkeeper Isaac Hayek set a Guinness World Record when he became the oldest person to play in a professional football match. At the age of 73, he played for full 90 minutes. His club Ironi Yehuda ultimately lost the match 5-1, but Isaac made several strong saves. The club plays in Israel's 4th-tier league, Liga Bet Saudi. He is 20 years older than the previous record holder. Robert Carmona of Uruguay was 53 when he broke the record in 2015. Indian cricket team's captain Virat Kohli and coach Ravi Shastri received honorary membership of the Sydney Cricket Ground for their contribution to the sports of cricket. Apart from Kohli and Shastri, only other international cricketers to be granted honorary membership of the SCG are iconic Sachin Tendulkar and Brian Lara of West Indies.
Well, Qatar has claimed its first continental football title with a stunning 3-1 win over 4-time champions Japan in the Asian Cup. Al Mozali scored a spectacular overhead kick for a record 9th goal of the competition to help the Qataris make an emphatic statement ahead of their hosting the 2022 Football World Cup.
Saina Nehwal became the national champion for the 4th time, defeating PV Sindhu in the women's singles final of the Senior National Badminton Championship. Nehwal, who had previously won senior nationals in 2006, 7 and 17, won the title with a scoreline of 21-18, 21-15.
Japan's Naomi Osaka beat Czech's Petra Kvitova in a thrilling Australian Open final to win back-to-back Grand Slam titles and became the new world number 1. Osaka shed tears after missing 3 championship points in the second set, but regrouped to win 7-6, 5-7, 6-4.
Novak Djokovic won a record 7th Australian Open title and a 3rd successive Grand Slam as he swept aside Rafael Nadal in the Melbourne. The Serb won 6-3, 6-2, 6-3 for his biggest victory in a major final over his great rival. Spanish Nadal looked rattled by the Djokovic intensity and made 28 unforced errors. Djokovic won in 2 hours and 4 minutes to move clear of 6-time men's winner Roy Emerson and Roger Federer.
Leg spinner Rashid Khan became the first bowler to bag 4 wickets of 4 deliveries in 2020 International. Rashid's impressive bowling performance in the 3rd and final game also helped Afghanistan sweep the T20 series against Ireland in Dehradun. Rashid became the 7th bowler in T20 history to bag a hat-trick and in the process also complete his second 5-wicket haul in the shorter format.
Bajrang Punia won a gold medal in the International Wrestling Tournament in Bulgaria. Bajrang defeated American Jordan Oliver in the 65 kg category final at the Dan Kolov Wrestling Tournament in Bulgaria. This was Punia's 10th medal in as many as international tournaments since failing to finish at the podium in the 2017 World Championships in Paris.
Well, Suresh Raina became the first batsman to breach the 5,000 mark in the Indian Premier League. He got the milestone with a single. Raina amazed 5,000 runs from 177 matches at a strike rate of 138.15, which included 35 50s and 100. The moment was even more special for Raina as it came in front of a jam-packed home crowd. That's the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. A vital part of the Chennai lineup, Raina's lone century came against the Punjab outing in 2013.
Manu Bhaker and Saurabh Chaudhary clinched gold in 10-meter air pistol mixed team event at the 12th Asian Airgun Championship in Taipei. The teenage pair of Manu and Saurabh broke the qualification world record prior to winning gold. Manu and Saurabh shot 484.8 in the final to beat the Korean team by 3.7 points.
Well, this year, Sports Ministry organized a Fit India Plog Run, a dual initiative of creating a clean and Fit India in a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi on its 150th birth anniversary.
Bloggers all over India ran and picked up plastic and other waste from the road, putting them into jute bags and later dumping them in large garbage bins.
On the occasion of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, more than 1,500 Fit India plog runs were organized across the country under Fit India movement. Though a relatively new concept in India, plog runs have been organized by individual social groups in different cities. However, with the government's initiative to organize a nationwide plog run has garnered much interest from various sections. Plogging involves picking up plastic and other waste from the surroundings while jogging. The activity has a two-pronged effect: Swasth and Swachhata, staying fit while keep the country clean. Initiatives under Fit India Plog Run. The Fit India School Week has been organized by 26,845 schools. Andhra Pradesh tops the chart with 13,839 Fit India schools celebrating Fit India Week. Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh are distant second and third with 1,967 and 1,504 schools respectively. Activities like yoga, freehand exercises, sports and debate competitions on fitness were organized. Sporting facilities will also be accessible free of cost to non-government coaches training athletes.
Well, Lewis Hamilton and Lionel Messi have something in common. One bagged the 6th Formula One crown while the other bagged the 6th Ballon d'Or.
There are some other big names who rose from dust this year, like Jose Mourinho, making comeback in the coaching after a sabbatical.
Well, few names that missed glory but caught our attention just by their guts and determination.
Time now to look at the sports newsmakers in the world.
Lewis Hamilton secured his 6th Formula One championship with a second-place finish at the US Grand Prix, a race won by his Mercedes teammates Valtteri Bottas. The British driver now ranks second in the F1 history behind German superstar Michael Schumacher's record of 7 titles. Hamilton has won the last 3 seasons championships and locked this one up with 2 races left.
Jose Mourinho, the special one, sealed a return to coaching after almost a year. Tottenham hired one of the world's most successful manager in a bid to end club's decade-long wait of the trophy. Tottenham moved swiftly to replace Mauricio Pochettino, who was fired after a 5.5-year spell in which he transformed team's fortune, even reaching a Champions League final but was unable to win a title. That is something Mourinho, who has won 25 major trophies as a manager, specializes in. But there remains a question mark over whether Portuguese coach is still the force he once was.
Mohamed Salah, Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah has been named among the 4 finalists of the 2019 Best Men's Player of the Year Globe Soccer Award. Salah has had an impressive or an incredible year with Liverpool as he won the UEFA Champions League title in June. 2 months later, a win over Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cup added another trophy to Salah's outstanding season. Despite missing out on the Premier League title, Salah still managed to claim the Premier League Golden Boot Award for the 2nd consecutive season.
Anthony Joshua defeated Andy Ruiz in their much-anticipated rematch with a unanimous decision in the 12th-round heavyweight bout in Saudi Arabia. Joshua won back his heavyweight championship from Ruiz. Mexican Ruiz knocked Joshua down 4 times in his shocking victory on June 1 at the Madison Square, but Joshua controlled the rematch as the Ruiz looked heavier and less effective against the fitter boxer.
Spaniard world number 1 Rafael Nadal was unanimously named the International Tennis Federation or the ITF's world champion for the year 2019. Nadal sealed a historic 12th French Open and a 4th US Open, as well as helping Spain to their 6th Davis Cup title. The Spaniard was also voted by fellow players as the winner of the ATP's Stefan Edberg Sportsmanship Award for a 2nd straight year and the 3rd time overall. At the age of 33, the Spaniard shows no signs of slowing down. If he maintains his current form, he'll only add to his legacy in the coming years.
In 2019, Roger Federer became just the 2nd man to win 102 levels titles with a triumph at the Dubai Tennis Championship. He added 3 more titles at the Miami Open, Grass Court Open, Halle and Swiss Indoors in Basel, and was also a finalist at the Wimbledon. Fans have selected Roger Federer as the ATP Tour's fans' favorite in the 2019 ATP Awards night. This extends Swiss maestro's reign in this singles category to a 17th straight year.
Well, England cricketer Ben Stokes was voted the BBC Sports Personality of the Year 2019. The all-rounder was the man of the match as England won the World Cup for the first time with a dramatic super over victory against New Zealand at Lord's. Stokes also hit an unbeaten 135 in the one-wicket third Ashes Test triumph against Australia at Headingley.
Australia retained Ashes series largely due to Steve Smith's redemption time. He overcame in an extraordinary fashion after the ball tampering scandal in South Africa. Stripped of the captaincy and smeared in the ignominy after the Cape Town fiasco, Steve Smith became Australia's immovable rock as he amassed 774 runs in 7 innings at an average of 110 despite missing third test with concussion.
Megan Rapinoe 2019 was much more than just playing a huge part in helping the United States win a second straight Women's World Cup. The speedy winger sparkled for the US during the World Cup in France. She co-led the tournament in scoring with 6 goals. Her pose after netting both goals against France in a much-anticipated quarter-final was called one of the most iconic moments in sports.
Simona Biles became the most decorated gymnast in the World Championships history with a gold medal on the balance beam in the Stuttgart, Germany. The US gymnast won her 25th career medal at the Artistic Gymnastics World Championships, surpassing Belarusian Vitaly Shevrov's career's total of 23. A gold on the balance beam evaded Biles at the 2016 Olympics in Rio, and so she has her eyes on that prize in the summer Tokyo Games. The goal appears well within the reach with her rock-solid performance at the World Championships. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Fit India movement in New Delhi on the occasion of National Sports Day.
Well, the Prime Minister urged the people of the country to make fitness their lifestyle. The campaign is aimed at encouraging people to include physical activity and sports in their everyday lives.
To make India a healthy and fit nation, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Fit India movement on 29th of August 2019. Fit India has now become the people's movement with active participation of schools, colleges, institutions and people from all walks of life. The objective of the Fit India movement is to make fitness an integral part of daily life of Indians by encouraging them to enroll and participate in fitness activities organized during the campaign period commencing from 29th of August 2019 till 29th of August 2023. The objective of Fit India movement: fitness, both physical and mental, is very important for overall well-being. It improves quality of life and increases longevity. Just 30 minutes of your day is enough to change your level of fitness. Fitness also reduces your risk of mental disorders. Fit India movement would involve all Indians, irrespective of their gender, age, profession, residence, social and financial status, and whether living in India or abroad.
Well, the financial year began in April, but in sports, this is a quarter of hope and despair, Narayan.
Who are the names that mattered or the clubs that made mark in the football?
Well, an All-England Championship League final with the mighty three. That's Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic calling the shots in the men's tennis, were some of the big-ticket events in the months from April to June.
Let's take a look at some of the stories that caught our attention in the months of April, May and June.
Saurav Ghoshal became the first Indian male squash player to enter the top 10 in the PSA World Rankings. Ghoshal made it to the quarterfinals of the PSA World Championship in the United States of America for the first time in his career. He was also a quarterfinalist in the prestigious Grasshopper Cup in Zurich in Switzerland.
Israeli goalkeeper Isaac Hayek set a Guinness World Record when he became the oldest person to play in a professional football match. At the age of 73, he played for full 90 minutes. His club, Ironi Yehuda, ultimately lost the match 5-1, but Isaac made several strong saves. The club plays in Israel's fourth-tier league, Liga Bet Saudi. He is 20 years older than the previous record holder. Robert Carmona of Uruguay was 53 when he broke the record in 2015.
World number 1 Bajrang Punia won India's first gold medal at the Asian Wrestling Championship with a resounding win in the final. Bajrang was fighting in the 65kg category and beat his opponent from Kazakhstan 12-7 to bag the top honours. Bajrang had a brilliant fight in the final where he fought back from a big deficit to eventually take the match and the yellow medal.
India G. Sathian scaled new heights his rapidly rising career by becoming the first Indian to break into top 10 of the world rankings list released by International Table Tennis Federation. Sathian rose 4 spots to be 24th in the world rankings following his impressive 6th place finish in the Asia Cup in Yokohama.
The inaugural issue of the world's first exclusive women's cricket magazine, Cricket Zone, was released in Jaipur with Indian team vice-captain Smriti Mandhana featuring as the cover story. The Cricket Zone stories will seek to empower young aspiring women cricketers to take the sport as a profession and be able to make sustainable living.
Mumbai Indians defeated defending champions Chennai by 1 run in a thriller in Hyderabad to become the first team to win IPL trophy 4 times. Chennai needed 9 of the final over, but Lasith Malinga gave away only 7 in the final to seal a sensational victory for Mumbai Indians.
Rafael Nadal maintained his stranglehold on the French Open by defeating Austrian Dominic Thiem in 4 sets to lift the 12th Roland Garros singles title. The Spaniard won for the 3rd straight year at clay court event with a 6-3, 5-7, 6-1, 6-1 victory in a high-quality final. Nadal is the first player to win 12 singles title at the same Grand Slam.
Ashley Barty ended Australia's 46-year wait for a French Open singles title by thrashing Czech teenager Marka Vondrausa in a one-sided women's final. 8th seed Barty got off to a strong start and never looked back, winning 6-1, 6-3 after only 70 minutes to claim her maiden Grand Slam title.
Saurabh Chaudhary, the 17-year-old sensation, made the country proud as he won the gold medal in the 10-meter air pistol event at the Shooting World Cup in Munich. The teenager broke his own world record of 245 by shooting 246.3 points in the final to take the summit standings.
Rahi Sarnobat clinched gold in women's 25-meter pistol at the season's 3rd World Cup in Germany. Sarnobat has also claimed an Olympic quota place for Tokyo 2020. In the process, Rahi scored a perfect 5s in 8th and 9th series to finish with 37 points.
India's 2011 Cricket World Cup hero Yuvraj Singh announced his retirement from all forms of cricket after serving Indian cricket for 19 long years. One of India's finest all-rounders, Yuvraj featured in 40 tests, 304 ODIs and 58 T20s for the country. He donned the Indian colours for the last time in 2017. He was a key cog in India's World 2020 triumph in 2007 and was the player of the tournament at the World Cup 4 years later.
The International Olympic Committee formally opened its 145 million Swiss francs new headquarters exactly 125 years after Olympic Games were revived. Lausanne will host 2020 Youth Winter Games.
Manchester City crowned Premier League champions for the 5th time after a record-breaking campaign under Pep Guardiola. Manchester made it a treble after winning the FA and League Cup in the same year. Spanish manager Pep Guardiola's City ended the season with 98 points, too shy of last season's record-breaking 100.
Indian gymnast Parniti Nayak clinched a bronze medal in a vault event at the Senior Asian Artistic Gymnastics Championship in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Parniti had qualified for the world finals with a 6th place, came up with a score of 13.384 to claim bronze medal.
The Indian junior women's hockey team clinched the Under-21 International 4-nation title after beating Ireland 1-0 in the final. This win meant India ended the tournament with an unblemished record. With 3 goals in 4 games, Mumtaz Khan finished as the highest goal scorer of the tournament. Well, we have taken a look at 2 sports ministry initiatives. Time now to take a look at the 3rd big-ticket event in sports on National Sports Day, which is also called the Wizard of Hockey, Dhyan Chand's birthday, called the National Sports Awards Evening.
Bajrang Punia and Paralympic silver medalist Deepa Malik were awarded country's highest sporting honour, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, on the occasion of the National Sports Day at an awards ceremony at the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Well, apart from Deepa and Punia, there were 19 other sportsmen that backed the Arjuna Award.
President Ramnath Kovind conferred the National Sports Awards 2019 at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Para-athlete Deepa Malik and wrestler Bajrang Punia received the prestigious Khel Ratna Award. Deepa Malik is the first Indian woman to earn a medal at the Paralympic Games and has won 58 national and 23 international medals. Besides Khel Ratna, the President also conferred the Arjuna Awards to athletes who have brought laurels to the country. World Championships bronze medalist shuttler B. Sai Praneeth, women cricketer Poonam Yadav, Asian Games gold winner heptathlete Swapna Barman, footballer Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, two-time world silver medalist boxer Sonia Lathar. Motorsports ace Gaurav Gill and Kabaddi captain Ajay Thakur were among the 19 sportspersons who received the Arjuna Award from President Ramnath Kovind. Besides the Khel Ratna and Arjuna Awards, the President also gave away the Dronacharya and Dhyan Chand Awards to coaches, the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Awards, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Trophy and Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puruskar.
Well, who were the newsmakers in the Indian sports field?
There are many, with very few sportsmen making the cut in the team sports, while individual excellence in various sports holding a clear edge in this segment.
Well, who are the names in Indian sports that caught our attention or made the cut in this Indian newsmakers at the year 2019? Let's take a look.
Magnificent Mary Kom became the world #1 boxer in IBA rankings. Mary Kom was placed at the top of the charts in the weight division with 1,700 points. Not only has she get the standard for the women boxer across weight categories, Mary Kom remains at 36 the fighter who needs to be unequivocally beaten for any upcoming contender to prove their worth. Indian women's boxing does need a successor and a new star, but first she will have to stop Mary Kom.
Rani Rampal, the Indian women's hockey team, secured their berth in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics as the unit led by Rani Rampal defeated United States of America 6-5 on the aggregate scoreline at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Indian women's team have qualified for the successive editions of the Olympics for the first time.
PV Sindhu's development from the World Junior Championship quarterfinalist in 2010 to the World Champion in 2019 is the career path that athletes dream about. It took calculated, high-quality expertise, thoughtful planning and more method, less madness and beating heart of a believer to make it possible. Sindhu also India's highest paid female athlete and ranks 13 in the world for her earnings this year.
Lakshya Sen, the Indian story of this year in men's badminton, was without doubt the 18-year-old boy Lakshya, who clinched 5 titles to zoom his way to a career-best 32nd in a memorable season. Starting the season at world rank 109 in January, Lakshya moved to 76 after a final finish at the Polish Open.
Indian shooter Saurav Chaudhary won as many as 6 gold medals at the ISSF World Cup editions in 10-meter air pistol category. 4 of those gold medals were won in the mixed team category, in which he paired with Manu Bhakar. Saurav also won a bronze in the Rio de Janeiro edition of the World Cup.
Indian Army officer Lieutenant General Anil Puri has become the first serving general to complete France's oldest cycling event, the grueling 1,200-kilometer Paris-Brest circuit. Lieutenant General Puri completed the circuit by cycling non-stop for around 90 hours.
Deepak Punia became the world #1 in 86 kg category in the International Wrestling Federation rankings. Deepak Punia recently won silver in the World Wrestling Championship after he pulled out the final bout due to an ankle injury. Deepak Punia is also one of the 4 Indian wrestlers to have secured their place at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
Shefali Verma has emerged as the new wonder kid of Indian women's cricket. She became the youngest Indian cricketer to score a half-century in an international match when she smashed 73 in 49 deliveries in the first T20 international against West Indies. She broke a 30-year-old record previously set by her idol, Sachin Tendulkar.
Athlete Duty Chand made headlines both on and off the field, in the process becoming the first Indian athlete to reveal same-sex relationship. Her on-track achievement include becoming to the first Indian to win a gold in the women's 100 meter at the World University Games. She also won 100 meter gold at the Asian Championships, breaking her personal best and national record.
India's GS Lakshmi became the first female match referee in a men's one-day international during the ICC Men's World Cup League 2 edition. The match was played between United Arab Emirates and United States of America at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It was the second milestone in Lakshmi's journey this year, following her appointment as the first woman in the ICC International Panel of Match Referees in May.
Time now to slip into a short break.
Well, there's lots more sporting action on the other side. Stay tuned with DD India. Well, the Indian sports newsmakers saw some omissions, but we have tried to accommodate more and more sports disciplines.
Time now to look at the month of July to September and the important sporting events that caught our attention in this period. Brazil defeated Peru 3-1 to win their first Copa America title since 2007. Striker Everton led the team to victory, scoring a goal and setting up another to give Brazil their 9th Copa America trophy and 5th at home.
MS Dhoni became only the second Indian player to reach the 350-game mark in one-day international cricket, the first being Sachin Tendulkar. Out of the 350 games, Dhoni has played for India on 347 occasions, with 3 appearances coming for Asia 11.
Former India captain Rahul Dravid was appointed as the head of the cricket at the National Cricket Academy. Dr. Dravid is taking care of all cricketing-related activities at the NCA and is involved in the mentoring, coaching, training and motivating players, coaches and support staff at the NCA.
Well, Simona Halep won her first Wimbledon title and crushed Serena Williams' bid for a record-equaling 24th Grand Slam success with a devastating 56-minute display of flamboyant tennis. The Romanian won 6-2, 6-2 in front of an packed house at the centre court, running after everything the American threw at her.
Novak Djokovic saved 2 championship points, the Wimbledon's longest singles final, to retain his title in a thrilling win over Roger Federer. Djokovic saved 2 match points as he took his Grand Slam title to 16, 4 of Federer's overall record.
Well, ICC announced that India will be the Cricket World Cup 2023 host country. This will be the first time that India is hosting the cricket tournament on its own. India has co-hosted the World Cup with its neighbouring nations in all the 3 previous occasions. The ICC World Cup 2023 will be held in India from Feb 9th to March 26th in 23. The World Cup 23 edition will also see participation from 10 teams.
MS Dhoni performed patrol and guard duties in Kashmir. The former Indian skipper took 2 months sabbatical from the cricket to fulfill his commitment as Lieutenant Colonel in the Parachute Regiment of the Territorial Army. Dhoni was in Kashmir for 15 days between July 31 to August 15.
Well, legendary Indian sprinter P.T. Usha has been made a member of the Athletes Commission of the Asian Athletes Association in recognition for her stellar achievements at the continental stage. The 55-year-old Usha, who was a leading sprinter of her time in Asia, will be one of the 6 members of the Athletes Commission. She missed an Olympic medal in the 1984 Games in Los Angeles by a whisker as she finished 4th in the women's 400-meter hurdles, losing the bronze by 1/100th of a second.
Indian men's team won the team sprint gold medal at the World Junior Track Cycling Championship in Frankfurt, Germany. The Indian team defeated Australia in the final, clocking 44.681 seconds to claim the top honours. This was India's first gold at the cycling event at senior or junior level.
Well, Firozshah Kotla Stadium in Delhi was renamed as the Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium in the memory of the former DDCA president. During his tenure at DDCA, Arun Jaitley is credited with renovating the stadium into a modern facility, increasing its sitting capacity to accommodate more fans, besides constructing world-class dressing rooms.
Asian gold medalist Jinson Johnson battered his own 1500-meter national record while clinching a silver in the ISTA Berlin event. Johnson clocked 3 minutes 35.24 seconds to finish second behind Joshua Thompson of United States at the Olympic Stadium.
Well, shooter Yashaswini Deswal won gold medal in the women's 10-meter air pistol event at the ISSF World Cup in Rio de Janeiro. In the final, Deswal recorded 236.7 in the 8 women final to defeat Ukraine's #1 shooter. The 22-year-old has also become the 9th Indian shooter to qualify, along with the 15 overall.
Spanish tennis superstar Rafael Nadal defeated Russia's Daniil Medvedev in the men's US Open singles final to clinch a trophy 4th time in his career. It was Nadal's 19th Grand Slam title. It took Nadal 4 hours 49 minutes to outlast Medvedev at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Nadal made his opponent work for every point and overcame the aggressive Russian in one of the most gripping 5-set final in the Grand Slam history.
Well, teenager Bianca Andreescu stunned Serena Williams in the gripping US Open final to claim her first Grand Slam title and deny the American a 24th major. Williams did not cope with the 19-year-old's quality in the 6-3, 7-5 loss. Canadian 15 seed blew a double break in the second set before taking her 3rd match point and falling to the ground in disbelief. Williams has now lost 4 successive major finals.
India recorded best ever performance in the 2019 World Wrestling Championship in Nur Sultan, Kazakhstan. India won 5 medals, 4 Olympic quotas, including 1 silver, 4 bronze medals. Top seed in this category, Bajrang Punia finished on the losing side of a controversial semi-final against a wrestler representing the host nation, while Punia had ensured his Olympic quota first and a historic 3rd medal next day.
Well, despite all the doom and gloom in the news of 2019, this year in sports unified an ever-polarizing world.
Some teams won their championships, others played their first game after a heartbreaking tragedy, and the athletes made sure they had a voice on and off the field.
Well, here's a quick look back at some of the record breakers, winners and triumphs in the year 2019. The United States women's national soccer team defended its World Cup title, defeating the Netherlands 2-0. Megan Rapinoe and Rose Lavelle scored the goals that led to the victory. This makes the 4th World Cup the United States has won. The Netherlands was the only team to keep the United States off the scoreboard in the first half. The team also is looking for victory off the field as well, filing a gender discrimination lawsuit that's set for a May 2020 trial.
Teenager Coco Gauff became the youngest player to win a WTA title in 15 years with a victory in Linz Open. The 15-year-old American beat Jelena Ostapenko in the final. Gauff's rise has been underlined by the maturity that belies her age, but as she closed in on her first WTA title, she finally resembled the 15-year gold she is. After finishing the 2018 season with a ranking of 875, Gauff rose to the top 75.
Well, in a match against South Africa on June 5th, MS Dhoni became the first to keep wickets in 600 international matches, surpassing the previous record held by Mark Boucher of South Africa.
Pankaj Advani bagged 23rd world title after winning World Team Snooker event with Aditya Mehta. For Advani, this win has ensured that his name is now there on every IBSF world title on offer. With this trophy in the bag, Advani extends his remarkable run of winning a global crown since 2003. The Bangalore-based cubist has won more world titles in this sport than anyone else.
Well, Brazil's women football captain made history by becoming the leading goal scorer, male or female, at the FIFA World Cup. With a 17th goal at the 2019 World Cup in the game against Italy, she moved ahead of the previous record holder Miroslav Klose of Germany, who had 16 goals under his name. Marta is also the only player, male or female, to have scored in 5 different World Cups.
Indian captain Virat Kohli finished the year with 2,455 international runs scored across all formats. This is the 6th time overall he achieved the feat, with the instances being 2012, 2014, 2016, 2017, 18 and in 19. This is also the 4th year in a row where he has scored over 2,000 runs in a calendar year. He is now tied with Kumar Sangakkara in the list, who also achieved the feat on 6 occasions in his career, which is the highest so far.
Well, Lionel Messi claimed a record 6th Men's Ballon d'Or award, beating Liverpool's 4 leading nominees to claim the soccer's most prestigious individual trophy. The Argentinian, who won the league title with Barcelona but only managed 3rd place in the Copa America with his country, added to his 2009, 10, 11, 12 and 15 trophies. He beat Virgil van Dijk, the runner-up, and 3rd place Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, who has won the award 5 times. Messi and Ronaldo, between them, have won 10 consecutive Ballon d'Or awards until Croatia's Luka Modric prevailed in 2018.
Jasprit Bumrah became the only 3rd Indian to scalp a hat-trick in 5-day cricket in the 2nd test against West Indies at the Kingston in Jamaica. Bumrah produced a lethal opening spell and rattled West Indies by picking up first 5 wickets, 3 of which came in successive balls in the 9th over to leave West Indies tottering. Bumrah was at his lethal best as he picked up wickets of Darren Bravo, Shamra Brooks and Roston Chase in 3 consecutive balls to register his name in record books.
Marathon runner Kipchoge has been voted as BBC's World Sports Star of the Year. Kipchoge became the first person to run a marathon in under 2 hours in October. The Kenyan, aged 35, completed 26.2 miles in 1 hour, 59 minutes, 4 seconds in Austria. 6 months before his feat, Kipchoge won the London Marathon for a 4th time. Kipchoge, who won the Olympic gold at Rio in 2016, broke his own London Marathon record set in 2016 by 2.8 seconds.
Alice Perry was named as the women's best cricketer and ODI player of 2019. The announcement was made by cricket's governing body ICC. Perry scored 300s at an average of 73.50 from 12 ODIs. She took 21 wickets, including a national record of 7 for 22, while becoming the first player to complete 1,000 runs and take 100 wickets in T20s. Australian wicketkeeper Alyssa Healy was named best T20 player. Meg Lanning, the Australian team captain, was named skipper of ICC's 50 overs and T20 teams of the year 2019.
Well, coming to that final 3 months of the year, Narayan, October to December.
Let's take a look at the 15 sporting stories that caught our attention in the last 3 months of the year.
The Indian Premier League auction 2020 saw Australian players fetching huge bids as all the 8 franchisees strengthened their squads in Kolkata. Pat Cummins, who was sold for 15.5 crore to Kolkata, became the second most expensive buy.
Medium pacer Deepak Chahar took a sensational 6-wicket haul, including a hat-trick, as India defeated Bangladesh by 30 runs in the third and final T20 to win the series 2-1. Chahar registered the best figures in the T20 match, besides becoming the first Indian male cricketer to take a hat-trick in the shortest format or to secure the first T20 series win this season.
India's Ravindra Jadeja dismissed South Africa's opener Dean Elgar to become the fastest left-arm bowler to climb 200 test wickets on the third day of the first test in Visakhapatnam. Elgar, who was batting on 160, was caught by Cheteshwar Pujara at square leg after getting a top edge from an attempted sweep shot. Jadeja took 44 tests to reach the milestone and is only behind off-spinner Ravichandran Ashwin, who needed 37 matches to enter the 200-wicket club.
Harmanpreet Kaur became the first Indian cricketer to play 100 T20 internationals. She played 100 T20 against South Africa in Surat, Gujarat. Harmanpreet is among 10 female players who have reached the 3-figure marks in terms of appearances. New Zealand's Suzie Bates and Australia's Alice Perry topped the list with 111 appearances. Harmanpreet himself is tied with Pakistan Bisma Maroof and West Indies Stephanie Taylor with 100 appearances.
Nicholas Paul crowned the youngest decathlon world champion in history. Paul survived a grueling battle to win the World Championship decathlon gold after the event was blown wide open by the withdrawal of injured defending champion Kevin Mayer. 21-year-old Paul, who stood on top of the podium at the end after winning the final event with a record score of 8,691 points, and became the youngest ever world decathlon champion.
Surinder Singh of India created 3 world records at the World Powerlifting Championship in Berlin, Germany. Surinder bagged gold medal in 110 kg category, Classic Raw, and the Best Lifter award in the Classic Raw and Single Ply. The 3-time world champion Mukesh went on to add another feather to his cap by winning another gold, only to be known as 4-time world champion.
Former Indian skipper Mithali Raj became the first woman cricketer to have an international career lasting more than 20 years. She achieved the feat as she stepped on the field during the first ODI of the 3-match series between India and South Africa. Mithali, who began her ODI debut against Ireland in 1999, has completed 20 years and 105 days on a career in the 50-over format. She is also the only female cricketer to have played ODI cricket for over 2 decades. She has played 209 ODIs till now and is followed by England's Charlotte Edwards, Julian Goswami and Alex Blackburn of Australia.
Former world champion weightlifter Mirabai Chanu notched up the women's 49 kg category gold medal to open India's account at the 6th Qatar International Cup in Doha. Chanu won gold with an effort of 194 kg in the Olympic qualifying event, the points from which will come in handy when the final rankings for the Tokyo 2020 Qatar are done. However, it was a performance way below her personal best of 201 kg. The 24-year-old Manipuri lifted 83 kg in snatch and 111 kg in clean and jerk to finish the podium on top.
Liverpool beat Brazil's Flamengo 1-0 to win the FIFA Club World Cup at Doha's Khalifa International Stadium. It's the first time Liverpool have won the competition, which features each continent's champions, and they became only the second English team to lift the trophy after Manchester United in 2008. Brazilian Flamengo drilled home the winner in the 9th minute of extra time to secure victory for Jurgen Klopp's European champions and Premier League leaders.
Praveen Kumar made history as he became the first Indian man to win a gold medal at the Wushu World Championships. Praveen's phenomenal feat come after he defeated Philippines' Russell Diaz in the 48 kg category. The Indians saw Filipino opponent 2-1 in the men's Sanda event of the 15th World Wushu Championship held in Shanghai. He had earlier defeated Uzbekistan Kazan Ikramov 2-0 in the semi-final to set up the summit clash with Diaz.
Bangladesh cricketer Shakib Al Hasan suspended for 2 years by the ICC for not reporting a corrupt approach. Shakib has been handed a full ban for a year and 12-month suspension. He will miss next year's Indian Premier League and also the World T20 to be held in Australia. 2 years ago, a bookie had approached Shakib with an offer before an international match, which he did not report to the ICC's Anti-Corruption and Security Unit.
Indian captain Virat Kohli is back at the top of the International Cricket Council Test batsman list as Australia's Steve Smith slipped by one spot. Kohli with 928 points is 17 points clear of Australia's Steve Smith. Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane held on their 4th and 6th spots.
India signed off the campaign at the World Para-Athletic Championship with their biggest ever haul of 9 medals, finishing in the 24th position in the 9-day competition in Dubai. India won 2 gold, 2 silver, 5 bronze in Dubai, besides a few 4th place finishes, securing 13 qualification spots for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics.
Indian archers Deepika Kumari and Ankita Bhagat produced a 1-2 finish, clinching gold and silver medal in the women's recurve event at the Asian Championship in Bangkok. The duo had earlier reached the semi-final of the women's recurve event. In the process, earned an Olympic quota spot. 3 quota places were available at the Continental Championship. In lieu of 2 semi-final spots going to Indians, the spot at Olympic was confirmed.
Well, now that 100 stories are over, Narayan, do we have something more left in this program?
There were many sporting heroes who left heavenly abode in the year 2019.
Well, we pay our respects to the big names of the sporting world in this segment.
That's all in this edition of Sports 360. Send your feedback about our program. What is your perception, views? What do you like and how can we make it better? Drop us a mail on ddindiasports360@gmail.com.
Well, time now for the segment I was eagerly waiting for as a sports lover. Images that left every sports lover spellbound.
We leave you with some images that left us wide-mouthed and made us jump with joy. Images 2019.
डेजर्ट आ गया पर हमारी चैंपियन नहीं आई अब तक। बिल भरने के पहले तो आएगी ना। So girls, क्या हो रहा है?
बिल हो रहा है।
चल अब